And now we turn to the City of San Diego elections and Prop D, which would make the strong mayor form of government permanent, add a 9th council district, and require 6 council votes to overturn a mayor's veto. KPBS Metro reporter Katie Orr is with me to explain the details of the proposition. Welcome, Katie.
Thanks, Gloria.
What prompted the City of San Diego to try out the strong mayor form of government 5 years ago when it passed Proposition F at the time?
Well, the city was dealing with the underfunding of the pension system, the intentional underfunding of the pension system, and we all know what a mess it got San Diego into, and voters just decided that they wanted to try something new. They wanted to try a different form of government.
So how has it worked out? For 5 years, we've had the strong mayor form of government.
Well, I've heard it called a quasi-strong mayor form of government because what we have right now, the mayor isn't truly strong because his veto can be overridden so easily. It just takes a majority vote in the council to override the mayor's veto. And as you just mentioned, under the strong mayor proposal that voters will decide on next week, the mayor would have a stronger veto because you would need 2/3 of the city council to overturn it.
Other than that, how else would Prop D change the way San Diego's government is structured now?
Well, it would add a 9th council seat. So that would involve, redistricting the city. And that 9th seat is there to break ties. When the city moved to the strong mayor test 5 years ago, it essentially lost a council member because the mayor didn't serve on the council anymore. So now you have 8 council members, which brings up the potential for tie votes. So the 9th council seat would be a tiebreaker.
And that's part of some of the controversy, because if you have a 9th council district, you're going to have to pay for a 9th council district, like $1 million or more.
Right. That's what Councilwoman Donna Fry has said. She opposes the strong mayor. And she is saying that the city can't afford it. We have, huge budget deficits. Where are we going to find this money? Supporters like Councilman Carl DeMaio and Councilman Kevin Faulkner say that we'll just redistribute the money that's allocated for the council seats now. And instead of going to 8 council members, they'll go to 9.
So who's supporting Prop D and why?
Well, as I just mentioned, council members DeMaio and Faulkner are supporting it. The San Diego County taxpayers are supporting it, and the mayor is supporting it as well. They say that it gives the voters someone to hold accountable. If something goes wrong, the voters can blame it on the mayor and vote him out in the next election. They also say that it gives someone responsibility. Problems are solved easier. The mayor says, before they were swept under the rug, and this time they're out there for the public to see.
That word accountability is kind of interesting because both opponents and supporters are saying that their side would make it more accountable, that, if the Proposition D is defeated and there is no strong mayor, that actually the city becomes even more accountable.
Well, Donna Fry has said that she believes the mayor is less accessible because he doesn't sit in the council meetings anymore. He says that he's more accessible because instead of being in council meetings, he's out, around the city meeting people. As far as accountability, again, the mayor says he's the guy leading the city. He's the one that is accountable to the voters. I've heard it also said that if we have just a council manager system, the council members are more accountable to the people in their districts because they are the ones leading their districts.
It's interesting. Back in 2004, when voters approved this 5-year trial for the strong mayor form of government, Jerry Sanders signed the ballot argument against it, citing accountability, and now he supports it.
I guess it's just been his experience as the mayor. He has just changed the way he thinks. He thinks that he is more accountable as the executive. It's like comparing it to the United States government. You have an executive branch and a legislative branch, and I suppose he feels that this way he is more accountable to people.
You almost can't talk about issues like this without bringing up money. And it looks to me as though the supporters of Prop D have raised and spent more than $300,000, much of it coming from business and developers. Why do they want Prop D?
Well, if you're trying to get a project passed in San Diego and you want to see something built, it's probably much easier to just have to convince one person that it's a good idea and then he can go out and lobby for you versus having to go and convince, 9 different council members, or a majority of them anyway, that this is a good project and they have to come to consensus. It just gives them a person that they can go to and, present their ideas and try to get an advocate.
Just quickly, I know that the opponents are passionate. Donna Fry's passionate. The League of Women Voters passionately opposed to it. But I don't see any money there at all.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that people have been saying. There hasn't been a lot of money spent on the opposing Prop D camp. They're trying to really do it through a grassroots effort. As we get closer to the election, you see them sort of stepping up. They had a high-profile news conference yesterday that people attended, and as we get closer to the election, maybe we'll start to see them, reminding people that they're there as well.
Katie Orr, thank you very much.
Thank you.